drop at some point again. If it happens, I'll be in chat to update you guys, but just as a heads up, it's very likely to happen, and there's only so much I really just can't do anything else other than just try to keep streaming. Like, I just can't fix it, and there's absolutely nothing I could do, so I'm really annoyed because it meant that I couldn't stream yesterday, it meant I couldn't stream the day before when we had content lined up, and, well, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have a big stern talk with people, and again, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world because I'm again planning on moving out of here soon and things should be under my own control. It's still just frustrating that I didn't hold out while we're here. And I'm not really ready to go and cast from home. That's my other issue. I'm not really ready to cast from home. So if I have to move everything across to home to cast from there, well, that's just going to be a little bit sad because I was hoping to have some more time to set up my studio and stuff like that because it's not really set up yet. I was planning on doing it at the end of this month, so if I have to move in early, well, it's something I have to do, but anyways, top right side, TaeJa and MC. Hell of a combo. They're going to be taking on BratOK, and, well, BratOK is the Terran player, and B is the Zerg. So they're playing on NA, which means, for some reason, people still don't have accounts with their proper names on proper servers. Like, I don't know what we're going to have to do to these players to make them use their actual names and IDs and get themselves recognition and stuff before they, start actually just doing it. Like, it's just so frustrating. Like, really. It's a bit silly. Anyways, MC and TaeJa versus BratOK and B. PT versus TZ. Every team's had a Terran in it so far. No ZP combos, no mirrors, or anything like that. Obviously, we already have 3 of our semi-finalist teams set up now. That is a Laser and Euthermal. They'll be taking on Clem and Pro. And we'll also have Trap and Cure taking on the winner of this series. So we'll have all of that coming up for you guys as provided the internet doesn't give out. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there as Reaper comes down the right, escaping across. There's a couple of Adept shading out into the center as well. A couple of these Lings from B are going to pull away towards the top side, where there is a starport actually down from BratOK and just chilling out. Factory drops onto a reactor and a couple of Hellions on the way up here to get started. So a couple of Hellions coming through. And proxy starboard from BratOK has been some real aggression here on Overgrown Facility. He got this back in base natural, which is something that B has already taken advantage of. B on a super fast lair, by the way. Look at that speed of that Nidus. A 3-minute Nidus network. Okay, well, super aggro from B as they're going to try and kill TaeJa and MC here very, very early on. Now, TaeJa has a 2-on-1 setup coming through at the moment, so he'll be going into starport, and a reactor would be nice with what's being built is to go in towards something like a tech lab on that factory and try and get a siege tank up. But that isn't easy. Cyclone on the way out from BratOK as he gets his Hellions here, just in time for the medevac. Only 3 Hellions though for the Reaper, so they don't actually have one-shot potential on the Terran units, the Terran SCVs. Maybe it would have been better to proxy on the other side and go for the probes where the Hellions do have one-shot potential. TaeJa bringing a few Marines up to the top. Obviously a little bit aware that something may be coming in soon. And here we go. The Hellions starting to drop down. Couple of Marines going to eat the first few shots. The Reaper and the SCV still alive in this medevac. Those Hellions are kind of just abandoned. Not really any damage done at all. Nidus now in the back of the natural from MC. Has a ton of armor initially though, so it will not take too much damage. Well, see if the Queen's going to be able to come out here initially to get that transfuse down. It's super low. And there's the shot to kill it just as it comes in. Wow. Complete shutdown then as MC and TaeJa really don't take any damage at all from this attempt to be aggressive. MC didn't expand, so obviously shouldn't really be set up to take damage. TaeJa did, but obviously did a pretty good job defending as well. Nidus is queued to now go into TaeJa's base. TaeJa already has a depot right here, so you will see it right away. As the Phoenix will chase down this medevac, and that medevac will fall. Reaper lifts up his own SCV. I think that was a bit of a mistake. As we do see Marines coming over. Queen should be lifted here ASAP to get rid of the transfuse potential. And now the Nidus will be going down. However, enough roaches out to maybe deal some damage. TaeJa doesn't actually have much to hold on with. These Phoenix aren't going to do much either. SCV is going to try and get the other Nidus on the way up. And this is finally B and BratOK finding an opening. If I say B and BratOK, BratOK has not found an opening yet. Although the Liberator is going to come in while this happens. Obviously, it's a good distraction to then maybe get damage done elsewhere. Maybe want to loop that round towards MC's base. Because his Phoenix are all the way over here attacking. We see stuff on TaeJa's base. I think the Phoenix will be there pretty quickly to shut it down. As right now, these single roach still dealing damage. There's still a couple units over in the natural as well, getting rid of a couple more SCVs. Roger's now running forwards on those Marines. In a little bit of trouble. Stalker taking some hits as well, and the Liberator going to come around, getting sieged up in the main as the Phoenix of MC coming down to the bottom left. The depths continue to shade down to that bottom left side as well. And there's that combat shield currently on the way up here from TaeJa. So again, that combat shield started as we see a couple of Stalkers, 3 Marines all on the way out. TaeJa is pinging down, well, MC is pinging down here as this Liberator gets 6 kills. MC's on 18 probes and TaeJa's on 31 SCVs, so him and BratOK actually on equal work is all said and done. There's still a little bit of creep in this base to deal with. As depths come into the Zerg base, try and slow down B. As MC tries to play catch-up from a position that definitely isn't the best for him. Catches a couple of drones transferring between the bases there. Well, 25 drones, 19 probes. MC killed the 2 probes at a time now. Starting to get set up quite nicely, and the economy is starting to even out a little bit, I think, as Phoenix trying to lift something up. The Cyclone's going to be able to push this away, though. That Liberator now on 8 kills, and is just sat on MC's natural, stopping probes from building. Phoenix finally heading back home, realizing, yeah, it's nice to be across here dealing damage, but it's also nice to be able to shut down the aggression coming in at home. Even if just left one Phoenix at home to slowly pick away at this Liberator would be nice. Obviously now it's a little bit too late to go home. It's already dealt with. Oh, Adept's actually shade up here. Marines from TaeJa as well for medevac. He's going to lift that up though and get out of there. Those Cyclones are a bit too good. And TaeJa and MC sometimes here just biting off a little more than they can chew. The TVT between TaeJa and BratOK at the moment is pretty even. Slight worker lead from TaeJa, slight army lead from BratOK. Both of them going in towards different setups though. With TaeJa going into engineering base for bio, BratOK starts the blue flame for the mech play. Now MC with 27 workers against 27 workers of B would probably put him in a bit of an advantage here. He's looking good, also doubling the army supply. So in general, TaeJa and MC look very good, but there is different style of play coming in from the 2 different Terran players. And that mech could make things very interesting, especially with pros involved though from MC. I wonder if he can come up with something to shut that mech play down rather easily. Robotics facility drops down in the main base. Spire drops in from B as well, getting that going. A few more Marines just on the way up. 1-1 upgrades coming in here from TaeJa. All of these units though from TaeJa and MC all gathered up together. And again, double robo on the way down from MC. The Spire is interesting, yeah. Someone in the chat pointed out, like, Spire against the massive Phoenix that are already up in the skies. You know, I'll give him an A for bravery. You know, it's definitely an interesting option. I guess the idea is that he thinks that something else from his opponent maybe can deal with the Phoenix, like the Cyclones, and then the Mutas can have a pretty good time perhaps. But I mean, more Phoenix on the way up. As TaeJa is pressing forwards. Marine on the high ground goes down, and just lifting one Marine up there to take that watchtower. Some Cyclones gathering up together, and again, a few more Marines coming over. Rocks will get taken down here. And again, some sentries, some Stalkers from MC continue to gather together. And the Phoenix just hanging out up in the skies. Marines will stem in. And again, just going to be seeing these couple supply depots. And taken down here pretty quick. Cyclones locking on. Marines are going to fight. And just going to see a few sentries nibbling away on this Corruptors as well. And at the same time, Liberator is back. BratOK is really able to get quite a lot of damage done with these Liberators. I mean, this is tons more damage. MC's Phoenix on the way back home to help deal with those Marines here from TaeJa. Will turn and fight the Cyclones. It's weird, isn't it? Because the Cyclone style feels like it shouldn't work against Bio, but it should be pretty good against the kind of the Protoss player. TaeJa just wanders some Marines up that ramp, but there's tanks over here. BratOK will be able to defend this base. Few Marines stepping forwards, but yeah, that's not going to happen. TaeJa backs away. Again, though, if you look at the overall game, TaeJa's ahead against BratOK, and MC is kind of ahead against B, so I still give this to TaeJa and MC. Again, Corruptors with a choice from our Zerg player. Music can push the Phoenix away, then go into Mutas. But, I mean, it feels like a lot of dead supply. If a bunch of Stim Marines come stimming at you, what do you actually have to fight? Well, I mean, spoiler, not very much, really. Tanks will get siege as we do see the Corruptors force spraying down in the main. Well, that's what the Corruptors can do very well. And they can be very annoying in that regard. So that's a really nice play by B. But that's pretty much the extent of these Corruptors. That is 15, do the math, 13 Corruptors for the whole point of being able to kill a Nexus. Like, okay, cool, but it's a lot of money invested. You need more than that, really. As TaeJa's army pressing across 1-1 upgrades in play. 2-2's halfway done. Stim in a few units ahead. Still only 2 siege tanks over here to defend. Cyclones and tanks still hanging out as we do see the army setting up. Marines, Phoenix getting ready to go here. Tanks are going to siege. Marines pressing forward. Cyclones locking on for a moment or two as well, as that hatchery does get killed. So hatchery goes down. Corruptor's actually going to be able to, again, push those Phoenix back up in the skies. More mortals on the way out here from MC as well. I mean, this base is going down already, though. Gives TaeJa and MC quite a position to play forward from. Corruptors and Mutas still just gathered up in the skies there, waiting to see what they can maybe jump on top of. 2-2 upgrades coming in from TaeJa as well. Still have the Marines pressing forward, so you're going to stim in as the tanks. Won't siege for a moment, but not long enough to actually make something happen. So much of an army from MC and TaeJa left back at home as well. That's just crazy. TaeJa has so much to work with here. And he's currently just holding off the entire army of 2 players with 1 army of his own. Has to be so careful with those tanks, though. Cannot afford to move too far forwards here. And the Marines just dealing a little bit damage again. It's the right side. Caustic Spray will kill another Nexus. MC really struggling with this. These probes having to run from base to base to base. There's no answer to these Corruptors, although maybe a couple of cannons per base or something would help a lot. Corruptors over here. The Mutas are actually in a little bit of trouble, getting caught on multiple angles. TaeJa is just maxed out and absolutely destroying this game. Definitely the carry at the moment. Again, Mutas and Corruptors flapping around up in the skies. Marines and tanks coming down over here. We're going to see some medevacs loading up Marines. They're going to drop over in towards this third base here. We're going to see that missile turret dealing a little bit of damage as the Marines coming in. Missile turret will go down. Mutas flying in. 1 Mutalist going down here. Hallucination coming forwards as well. Tanks from the low ground picking off multiple Cyclones. And again, just going to be seeing this army of TaeJa going to get ready to press up here. The Mortals on the top side going to come in and just going to pick off multiple siege tanks. I'm going to be seeing sentries trying to go after those couple of Mutalists. Big Marine stim to the top side as well. Corruptors and Mutas are going to come over here. As you're just going to be seeing again, multiple Mutas going down. Corruptors being chased away. Guardian shields popped all over the place. Saw some Marines pressing forwards as well. As this just looks as though it is going to be about it. A couple more drones keep on going down. And this extractor dropping, this flare is dropping. And this is going to be end of this game, surely. I mean, B does not have much left. Maybe BratOK can hold off a position with the siege tanks. I think that's the one thing we can look at right now, is these Immortals are going to try and dive in, but that's a lot of tanks. And I think that was a bit of a mistake by MC. He's getting a bit ahead of himself. Even TaeJa wasn't ready to actually go and back up those Immortals there. Well, B has basically nothing left, but, I mean, BratOK can hold on for a little while, I guess. TaeJa's tanks over here, meanwhile, actually just destroying a base. I love it. TaeJa just always seems to be in multiple places at the same time. Confused about MC's work count and decision not to build any additional workers. I mean, because he's mined out of his main, or halfway mined out, that he basically is saturated anyways. Like, I mean, he's just lost workers at earlier points of the game, or he's been on 2 bases so long, he's never been on actual 3-base economy because his third's been up so late. So Corruptor's coming in again. I mean, MC is just in a constant state of rebuilding Nexus. As, maybe this time, High Templar do have Storms. Phoenix, Archon, Stalkers. Yes, he defends the base! Go MC! Keeps it alive, and at the same time a single Mutalist got to fly in for the most pathetic attempt of harassment we've ever seen. I mean, these are the only tanks BratOK has to really make something happen. As well, I mean, maybe if he was fighting MC, he'd have a good shot, but TaeJa's army, way too good right now, and TaeJa's just pressing forwards already here. Oh, looks like TaeJa's ready to just jump on this. A lot of the tanks not sieged. His own tanks will be able to siege up in position too, which means he'd just be able to out-tank his opponent. His Marines win the fight anyways. And MC still just sits at home, just defending his bases. TaeJa probably just said to him, dude, just stop attacking. Just keep the Nexus alive, And I'll do the rest of it, you know. I'll get the rest of it done. As you see those SCVs coming in to try and help out, but it's really just not going to be enough. Marines still fighting against those meters. This tank firing away, the other tanks coming in. TaeJa sieging up to clean this out. And again, I mean, now the Corruptors are just going to do nothing at all. The Corruptors made good use of themselves, made much better use of them than I actually thought was going to happen, as GG is called. And seeing TaeJa taking game number 1. TaeJa just such a hard carrier. To the bottom left-hand side, orange Protoss and yellow Terran, MC and TaeJa. Up against the blue Terran and the teal Zerg in the top left. Top side, I guess. BratOK and B. So again, our current plan is, internet permitting, we'll get through these quarterfinal matches. Then we're going to have the semi-finals, then the finals. The winner of this series play Trap and Cure. And the other semi-final match is a Laser Euthermal versus Clem and Crow. Could be very aggressive games, those, because both of those guys are playing very aggressively. I would say these players on the other side of the bracket, this section of MC and TaeJa and so on, have been a little bit less aggressive. Trap and Cure played a bit more of a macro game here and there, so we got some potential to see some longer games maybe. I'm down for it. I can get behind it. I'll take it. Spawn pool coming up here from B as he gets this underway. Extractor going to come in as well. Naturally comes down on the natural expansion too. So getting that set up, getting that rolling. Here to get started. 2 gates from MC. This is what trapped it on this map as well. Opened with the 2 gateways. It's a very short map, so double adept does get across very quickly. It's a large wall off to complete. So there's a lot of potential to actually get in here. And of course, even if you don't get in, the expansion's on the low ground unless you expand and then kill the rocks, which not everyone can do. Defend this supply depot, says TaeJa. The overlord is coming. Cybernex core is just over halfway done there, and again, second gateway about to finish up as well. A couple of Zerglings are going to chase that probe down. I love the casters like, don't ping please. But the pings are actually the players pinging. Who is Pasha? This is BratOK. And this is B as well. BratOK and B. They're playing on the NA server, they don't have accounts named, their actual names. I don't know. Tell me about it, guys. Like, aye. Rotron is going to be dropping down. So maybe a bit of an aggro build here from B. Obviously had the super fast lair last time for the Nidus. That didn't really do much. This time maybe don't need a Nidus. Maybe can just wander straight across the map with these wide ramps to push up. A lot of aggressive potential there. MC with the Adepts and the Reaper of TaeJa. TaeJa's Reaper somehow doesn't die. And actually hops up to the high ground. Wow, okay. Well, the Adepts are currently soloing the Queen. They want to shade into the middle line. Just run. Just run there, guys. You can just walk there. You were so close. Man. 2 draws go down. The Adepts being kept busy there. Oh my god. The Reaper's picked up 1 kill. Now getting 2. And BratOK's obviously distracted elsewhere as TaeJa tries to pick up another SCV or so. The Reaper of BratOK comes in and that will be that. Doesn't quite get another kill with the grenade. It was close though. It was very close. MC is also going to go DTs. What the hell is this? This is the exact same build that Trap used. DTs then into the blink. Oh, that's so weird. Because it's not exactly a normal build, 1-base DTs into blink, right? But it's exactly what Trap did, and MC is going to do the same. DTs are so good against this, but against B and BratOK, because these all-ins, I mean, there's only 1 command set to scan with, and obviously there's no detection from the Zerg available without a lair. So this is actually really nice. As soon as the DT comes up here, I mean, maybe if you burn 1 scan, then the next DT comes in, then you shut this down more or less. So I'm feeling pretty good for TaeJa and MC to hold this, although Gateway is unpowered. Okay, he's got another gate in the back to warp the DT in from. Okay, and these ones come back online too. So he will get his DT warp ins here. Marines coming in, getting rid of a Roach. As these units target the pylons, etc. It's a good opportunity for TaeJa to get some army kills. Man, the tank on the low ground, though, definitely helping. The Viking landed as well. Here come the DTs. Scan available. Scan drops down. 1 DT dies. The other gets away. That's what's needed here, because, again, there is not an endless amount of scans at the moment. So as this scan fades, there is definitely the potential of cleaning this up. TaeJa throws away a lot of SCVs trying to fight this. Now the DT is in play and is going to jump straight on the siege tanks. The other DT will come across as well. Again, keep them spread just in case of another scan here. And as you see, this time MC is the one who's safe, and TaeJa, as we're going to be seeing these DTs, absolute MVPs here. Going to continue to swipe down Ravager after Ravager. Last couple of Marines pushed away for the moment, and this is a defense. 25 probes to 19 drones, 21 SCVs from TaeJa, 24 of BratOK. So it's done a lot, definitely. There's definitely been a lot lost here. You can see units lost. 12 SCVs went down for TaeJa. So it's done good damage. Is it enough damage though? Because TaeJa does have an expansion off to the side. Something that BratOK doesn't have. Then again, B also has an expand, but he's a Zerg player on the 20 work account. He's not exactly going anywhere himself anytime soon. Have a tank and a Raven on the way up here from BratOK, as it looks as though these guys are going to continue to push and pressure in to win this game sooner rather than later. No command center, not looking like this is an attempt to expand at all here from the players. Looking to just, again, put an end to this rather quickly. As the Ravagers and the Roaches starting to come through the center. Stalkers and the Adept 2 running away through the middle of the map as well. Roaches, Marines, tanks all pressing forwards right now as we see D and BratOK are going to be running into the siege tanks of TaeJa though. Now that he's had a chance to get some units up, this is going to be great for him. One of his tanks hit in an interference matrix though. The other tank battled down. Actually, both the tanks going down pretty quickly there. So now it's tanks of BratOK which will control the area. Stalkers of MC doing some good kiting backwards. The Raven's still alive as well, so the DTs are detectable. Of course, with Bars, I mean, Pylon goes down there. Stalkers and the DT thinking about pressing forwards. Tank still sieged up, and well, MC and TaeJa maybe in trouble once again. I was kind of liking it for them, but still have to deal with this attack. Here we go. Stalkers blinking in. SCVs will pull. Knowing this is an all or nothing defense, TaeJa will give up his work as the Marines come through. The SCVs will help to clean this out, and the SCVs can go back to mining. Remember, TaeJa has 2 bases, so as long as he survives, he should be able to rebuild a lot more. Stalkers blink to the side to deal with the Liberator, but they take a lot of damage in the process. Marines come through. They have stim and combat shields, so they're well upgraded Marines. Stalkers blinking in to go for the tank, and they will get it as well, as BratOK and B are running out of steam. They are not going to be able to keep this up, and that is going to be, again, TaeJa and MC cleaning up there on the bottom side of the map. Big cleanup as you see that Marine continue to try and escape. Stalkers still hunting it down, and again looking to get anything they can. He's got blinks, he can blink back damage Stalkers and keep them alive as well. Marines, the tank still pressing in. Oh, I mean, there's a tank here, but he's going to blink on it right away. The Roaches wolf into Ravagers, so they're not even able to join in this fight for a moment or two. That's kind of a big deal. The tank actually target firing them there. Look at that, I love it. Just making sure they don't get the finish and don't get that heal off. Absolutely brilliant play. I mean, a fresh set of Ravagers and maybe something different would have happened. And TaeJa's tank really helping out with this, as this aggression, well, going pretty well. And BratOK and B do not feel like they have much left. They have 12 army supply between them, and they're GG out. And that's actually our first 2-0 of this tournament, as MC and TaeJa take it down 2